introducing my family, the folks who have made it possible for me to run all over this state over the last 18 months, trying to win this state back on behalf of progressives. Will y'all please join me in welcoming my daughter Caroline, who is here. Wave. My son Jackson, who is here. My son Davis, who is barely awake. And my beautiful and talented wife, RJ Gillum. And if y'all don't like me, vote for me so that she can be your first lady. And they can be your first kids. Thank you, baby. Listen, it's a real honor to be with you today. I guess my daughter does not want to leave this stage. It's okay. I'm extremely proud to be here with you in Orlando, and I cannot thank enough the elected official voices that you have heard from. These are the folks who are leading. They are at the tip of the spear of a progressive revolution right here in the state of Florida. Will you give all of them a round of applause? I also want to particularly thank the state representative himself, Carlos Gillum Smith, who got out of his sick bed to be with us here today and to provide introduction. That's right. Some of you all have heard me along the trail, some may not have, and I'm so glad to have Senator Bernie Sanders here because Lord knows he can draw a crowd. I just hope a few of you are here to support us in this race as we look for the blue. But I'm honored to have your support because Senator Sanders has been fighting this progressive battle across the country for decades. And it is an honor to stand alongside him, along with these amazing elected officials, and frankly, with all of you, as we work to flip Florida blue for the first time in 20 years. First time. Now, let me be clear. Some of my opponents in this race don't believe that you're actually going to show up to vote. Are they right? I'm sorry, I said, are they right? No! I think they're wrong in this. I believe we're going to see a surge of progressive voters all across the state of Florida who are saying enough is enough. We're tired of Republican life. We want people who are going to run on their values, on their beliefs, and put this state on the cycle. That's what I believe. Let me tell you what else I believe. I believe for young people who choose to go to school in this state, who intend to attend our community colleges and our universities, that we ought to have debt-free education all across the state of Florida. When you graduate, that you're able to put yourself to work in a state that values your talent, your innovation, and are inspired by the ways in which you're going to make this a state of the 21st century. Because right now we've got a governor, Rick Scott. I didn't even have to cue the boos. Y'all knew exactly what to do. But we got a governor right now who says that he's not a scientist and therefore he can't say whether or not global warming is real. I believe we deserve a state where the governor of the state of Florida actually believes in science. The Republicans have been derelict in their responsibility to protect our environment. We now have algae blooms of guacamole content flowing out of the east and the west side of this state because they allow for big agriculture to run roughshod over our environment. Well, we got a message to send to them. This is our clean air. This is our clean water. These are our oceans. And they deserve our protection. I also believe that we deserve a governor in this state who doesn't necessarily have to be a millionaire. Or a billionaire for that matter. I'm proud to say that of the 5 Democrats running for governor, I am the only non-millionaire in this race. I gotta admit, my my wife would love for that to be different, but it isn't. Which means I'm not intimidated by that fact because I know this much. I know that people vote and money doesn't. People vote, money doesn't. So I'm often asked the question, Andrew, can you win? Well, y'all, my response is, I want to know your response, but my response is, if you vote, we can win. Join me in that. If you vote, we can win. If you vote, that's right, if you vote, we can win. And when you vote, you can elect a governor who believes that teachers ought to be paid what they are worth for doing the most difficult job that exists. When we win, we'll send a message that we believe that public money deserves in public schools, not in for-profit charter schools. That's what we're going to do. When we win, we're going to send a message that women ought to make their own reproductive health decisions. Going to be an advocate for comprehensive immigration reform, we're going to make sure that Florida never becomes a show me your paper state. We are a welcoming state. A state that values life. A state that values the contributions of all people. When we win, we're going to send a strong message to the radical right and the hard right that they will not be able to divide us based off the color of our skin, the religion that we may have, or the absence of, who we choose to love, and who we choose to marry. You're going to have a governor. You're going to have a governor who has been sued by the NRA and beat them not once but twice, and we still will see them on the Supreme Court. If they want to take it there. You're going to have a governor who believes in common sense gun reform. A governor who believes that if you want to carry the power of God on your waistbelt, that you at least ought to have a background check. You're going to have a governor. You're going to have a governor who believes that if you want to shoot a gun that can fire off 60 bullets in 60 seconds, you ought to join the military. That those weapons have no place on our city streets. That's what you'll have. You will have a governor. You will have a governor who believes that once you have committed a crime and you paid your debt to society, that you ought to have your constitutional right to vote in the state of Florida. And not only that, that you also, when you return to our society, ought to have the ability to earn a wage where you can take care of yourselves and your family. You're going to have a governor who believes that. When you elect me, the Democratic nominee, on August 28th, we're going to go out and unapologetically say that if you choose to work a job where you spend 40 hours a week getting up, going to work, working on somebody else's job as a way to take care of yourself and your family, that you should not be paid a poverty wage on those jobs. It's why I believe that we must demand a $15 livable wage in the state of Florida. Well, I believe, and I'm going to be bringing our friend on here in a minute, I believe that in the state of Florida, that nobody ought to go without life-saving access to medicine. That healthcare must be treated as a right and not a privilege, which is why we will advocate for Medicare for all in this state and in this country. And let me tell you why. Because I believe that in the wealthiest nation in all the world, that people should not be terrified of getting sick. And in this state, you got people who are terrified of getting sick because if they get sick, they can't go to work. And if they can't go to work, they can't earn a wage. And if they cannot earn a wage, they cannot pay their bills. And when they don't pay their bills, something gets turned off. Eviction notices get handed out. Even those of us with health insurance, we know that our premiums rise year over year over year. There is even a conservative study floating around that says Medicare for all could potentially save this nation $2 trillion. $2 trillion. So why would we be against expanding access to health care to more and saving money in the process? We need Medicare for all here in the state of Florida. I believe that Florida should be leading the energy revolution of today and of tomorrow. We live in the Sunshine State. Let's make it mean something by being the greatest contributor of solar energy in the world. We can do that here in the state of Florida. We can do that here in the state of Florida. But let me tell you, y'all, we can all believe these things. We can all believe in healthcare as a right, but you want to know something else? I also believe that voting ought to be a right that is available to all people. But in order for us to get any of what we talked about, in order for us to draw down any of the public policy change that we all know we so severely need in the state of Florida, you must vote. If you don't vote, then you don't have a voice. Power cedes nothing without a demand. And the best way to make good on that demand is to show up with your voter registration card and let these elected officials know that you have the power to put them in office, but you also have the power to take them out of office. That's the kind of Florida that we provide. I want you to know that I feel this all very passionately. I understand what it means growing up in a household where my mother Frances was a school bus driver, and she's here with me today. I'm so thankful to have my mama with me on the trail. Mama, where are you? Over here. My father, growing up, was a construction worker, and when my daddy didn't have construction work to do, you would find him on a street corner selling fruits or vegetables, or on Saturday morning, he would get up early and drive his truck and park in the open field across from the cemetery and sell flowers to bereaved families. Between the example of my mother and father, they are two of the hardest working people that I know to this day. But guess what? I remember as a kid watching my mother and father have to trade between bills and which bills they could pay before something got cut off. Not because they were lazy, but because they were working hard, harder than ever. But in a state like Florida, where today over 44% of people say that they cannot make ends meet, it was kind of hard. This is why we are in this race. Because I believe that you shouldn't have to be a millionaire or a billionaire or come from a famous family in order to serve the people of the state of Florida. I believe. Having been born in Miami, Florida, and now in the mayor of Tallahassee, I believe you can literally come from the bottom, right? And make your way to the top so that you can better represent all of the people of the state of Florida. So, if you're with me, I need you to vote like you've never voted before. I need you to organize. I need you to Facebook about it. I need you to tweet about it. I need you to take your friends to the poll. Because the only way we win this race, the only way we win against the people who have been losing these races for the last 20 years is by showing up and showing out at election day. We have to vote like our very lives depend on it. Because I want you to know this. After the death of Marquise McLaughlin over in Clearwater due to an unjust law called Stand Your Ground, which, by the way, has no place in civilized society, and we got to repeal it. But if you're Marquise McLaughlin, your vote very much so depends on whether a law like that continues to be the law of the land in the state of Florida. So I believe that we're going to show up on August 28th. Not only are you going to elect me the Democratic nominee, but we're going to organize on the 29th and the day after, until we get to November 6th, flip the state of Florida blue, and then we're job that is going to save the rest of the planet, because in 2018, we're going to follow that up in 2020 and flip this country blue and get you know what out of the White House. I now have the pleasure of bringing to you a man who has been talking about these issues before they were ever popular, who was for access to health care for everybody when nobody would utter the words. A man who has stood up and has stood up time and time again against the tyrant called Donald Trump. A man who works every day standing in the gap for working people because he believes in a livable wage. He believes in health care for all. He believes in the fact that whoever you are, wherever you come from, you ought to have access to the American dream. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to join me in welcoming a man